Well, this is OneClimate.net, and here we are in Cancun, the very first day of negotiations. We're here with Third World Network's Meena Raman. And Meena, I know that some people are saying that not much is going to happen at this conference, but I know for Third World Network, it's a very, very important conference. Can you say exactly why, what are the key things that really need to be done this conference in Cancun?
Yeah, no, I think that the concern here is that the ambition is being lowered to such a low level that it's frightening, because what's very clear is that the climate cannot wait anymore. The world cannot wait anymore. I mean, what we were supposed to have decisions which were clear in terms of finance. We were supposed to have very clear emission reduction targets which are deep, which are long overdue. And what happened in Copenhagen was absolute fiasco, because it never led to any real, proper, fair and effective deal, and which was just and science-based. So Cancun must deliver. For instance, in the area of finance, there is a lot of emerging consensus that there should be a UN fund, a fund under the convention, and that's very possible. There are some sticky issues in relation to who the trustee should be. Developing countries are saying that it should be through an open bidding process, whilst some developed countries are saying it has to be the bank. These issues can be sorted out. On the issue of the scale, the quantum of money, now that's a big problem. Developing countries have been saying that, at least the G77, China has been saying that you need at least 1.5% of the GDP of the Annex 1 countries per annum by 2020. In terms of real money from public sources primarily, the structure of the fund, establishing the technology mechanism. There is a lot of convergence in terms of wanting such a mechanism, and because technology transfer has never really happened. So if you could have these structures in place as an initial start, it will go a long way in confidence building. In adaptation, the developing countries are calling for an adaptation committee to actually take forward an adaptation framework, including an international mechanism to address loss and damage. The developing countries want that, and the developed countries are saying, well, we are not ready for an international mechanism as yet, and we want to have more discussion about the adaptation committee. So a lot of the ambition is being postponed, not to after Cancun, and that is very worrying. They say that the second commitment period of the Kyoto Protocol is absolutely critical. The first commitment period expires in 2012. Now we are in 2010. The second commitment period has to be negotiated now. There's a lot of worry that everybody is waiting for the United States to move on the mitigation issue. Because one of the the outcomes of Bali was that the developed countries who are parties to the Kyoto Protocol, which doesn't include the United States, do the deep emission cuts in the second commitment period, and the United States will take on comparable targets under the convention track. Now, we know that the political reality in the United States is in no mood for any kind of binding target. Where there is possibility to advance, like in finance, like in technology, like in adaptation, these must go forward. Because many developing countries are concerned that the US will say that we will not move unless the mitigation piece is resolved, because it's not because they want to put their target on the table, but they want developing countries to bind their pledges, and they want transparency in terms of their pledges. We as civil society and social movements are very clear that postponement is not an answer. There's no option. That the negotiators here must be given a chance to work through, and there can be convergence if there is goodwill. And in areas where there are difficult, yes, you can go forward next year, but not on the key areas of finance, of adaptation, of technology, and these are very critical pieces for the developing countries.
Well, thank you.